Hello, I'm Ryan Callan and welcome to the first race highlights of the second round of the Tom Onslow-Cole Clio Series 2013 in association with Team Hard, the British touring car team, and it was precision domination in qualifying with Rietveld, Kilo and Keithley 1, 2, 3 on the grid. Rietveld second pole position in 2 attempts in the TPS. A great start to his TPS career. Davis in 4th, reigning champion. 5th was John Monroe. 6th Jesper Torborg. 7th was Chris Butcher. 8th Madezewski. 9th Callan with solid 10th, while Lennon and Petzold, Amaral, Rodriguez, Strawn and Adams completed the top 16 of the 30 runners in this race. Some big names qualified outside the top 16. Levesque, Ely and Lauritsen among them. Away from the grid they went then. Everyone off to a good start, but it was Davis who made the best start of the front runners, squeezing past Sam and Kilo and up into 3rd. As into the first couple of turns they went. Only Lennon was a victim of the opening turn. The Walker also got some damage, removing his front bumper. Now everyone fouled through turn 3 without too many problems. Sarlo hitting the back of Jesper Torborg, and that held him up, allowing Callan to go around the outside of him and take that 8th position away. And then into turn 4, Callan had a big dive on Jesper Torborg to take 7th place successfully. But it was short-lived for Callan, as heading into Ix, he blew his engine, and that was the end of his race. Also the end of their race was Thomas Madezewski, caught up by the bouncing Pedro Amaral and into the wall. His race was over. Here was the order at the end of lap 1 then. Rietveld leading with Keithley in 2nd. Davis was in 3rd, while Kilo was in 4th, winner of both races at Brands Hatch. Beginning this lap 2, Pipo Rodriguez hit the back of Ben Davis, and as Ben Davis rejoined the track, there was all kinds of chaos. He rejoined at right angles to the track, taking out Eric Strawn, damaging his teammate Tom Ely. Levesque just avoiding it all, and now on board and watching Robert Wiesenmuller cutting a sway through all of them, going from 14th to 9th in one fell swoop. And all this action meant a bit of Noah's Ark going on into turn 4, as it was all 2 by 2. Side by side, everyone keeping it pretty clean. Petzold was challenging Darren Adams for position 14. Though the 2 core head guys still gave each other plenty of room, and Adams was able to keep the position. More core racing drivers under attack, on board with Luca Peklak as Amaral and Falk battle it out into turn 1. While Hughes was going down the inside of Ockerklint for position 20. Lauritsen had qualified badly, but on lap 4 is up to P17 already from position 27 on the grid. They're going past Nicholas Falk, and on board with Gary Lennon as he tries to get past Ockerklint as well. Adji already done it. Lennon not able to do it that time around, but would eventually get past. Levesque had also qualified badly, and he was making his way through the pack. Wiesenmuller here letting him go through and taking position 9. While the Lauritsen train continued, he was up to P15 after this move on Petzold. Kilo went to 3rd on lap 7 with an excellent move on Toby Davis. While Lauritsen was on the move again, this time it was Adams who ran too deep and understeered and locked up. Lauritsen squeezing through, and Petzold this time would do likewise. Adams going back from position 13 to 15. On lap 8, this was the situation at the front. Rietveld had a comfortable 1.5 second lead over Keithley, who also had a comfortable couple of seconds lead over Kilo. While this mistake from Butcher would allow Torborg to go through and take 6. And here Lauritsen was taking position 12 away from Eric Strawn. And Adji was doing likewise to Nicholas Falk. That was for position 18. And in this same position, Another THR driver on the move. Levesque going past Salo. That whole THR train of Ely, Wiesenmüller and Levesque had all caught the driver. And on the next lap, it was Ely's turn as he cut across and went down the inside of the fin. Salo, the top performing Optimum Sim Racing driver so far this season. Wiesenmüller tried his darndest to follow his teammates through, but not able to do so this time around. An excellent view here of the battle between Adji and Lennon for position 18, looking back from Luca Pekla. Excellent racing between the two drivers. Lennon coming out on top. While lap 16, the leaders are closed right up. Rietveld beginning to struggle with his tyres. With 10 laps to go, he was now having to defend for all he was worth. Keithley tried around the outside. It wasn't going to work this time around. And also lap 16, Levesque made this uncharacteristic mistake, meaning he surrendered position 8 to his teammate Ely. While on board with Kilo, and he caught right up to this battle, and he was trying to squeeze through on his team leader Jack Keithley. Keithley was on his left, Kilo tried to move over, but it didn't work, and Keithley held the position. Though later in the lap, Kilo went for a daring move down the inside to Ix and just about made it stick, looking up the rear brakes, and he was into second. Lap 19, and Monroe had had a good race, but his tyre wear had always been suspect, and he was under pressure for Torborg, who went around the outside of him at the penultimate turn, then over the inside for the final turn, and took that 5th place away. Back with the leaders, back on board with Kilo, as Rietveld made a mistake running deep into turn 4. Kilo thought he saw an opportunity, but it wasn't quite far enough alongside to force the issue. And as a result, Keithley returned the favour from earlier. Great racing between the position guys. Keithley back to second. Lap 22, Kilo once again putting Keithley under pressure into Ix. Keithley ran deep, meaning again he had to defend hard. Kilo was able to do the cutback, and although a bit of contact was made, Kilo was back into that second spot. Lap 23, Simon Kilo had lost position once again to Jack Keithley, trying around the outside here at turn 1 like he tried earlier, but it's not as kind this time around to him. Doesn't work at all. He jumps over that anti-cut, lucky not to spin. While in THR camp, Chris Butcher became under all kinds of pressure from his teammates to let them go through. He let Ely go through, and Levesque was impatient also. Butcher making his intentions very clear by swerving out of the way. Tensions in the THR camp and tensions in the position camp also, as Kilo tried everything possible to try and squeeze past Jeffrey Rietveld, who had somehow still held on to this lead. On to the final lap then, and Kilo was on the outside going into turn 2. He was left without enough space and he slid off the circuit. Davis would come through and take that third position away from Kilo, while Keithley was free to have a go at Jeffrey Rietveld. Our live commentators take you through it.
Keithley, he's through! Keithley is taking the lead from Jeffrey Rietveld. Rietveld back through on it. Rietveld crossover once, twice. Keithley bumps him side by side through the final corners. Rietveld's got it, runs him wide. Keithley can't quite hold it. He crosses back. Oh my God! Keithley's gonna do it. He's through. Wow. They passed each other 4 times on the final few corners, and Jack Keithley crosses the line to take the win here in the Tom Onslow-Cole Clio Series.
And after that scintillating race ending, here are confirmation of those results. Jack Keithley taking his first win of the season, extending his championship lead. Jeffrey Rietveld in second, an outstanding debut in the Clios. Reigning champion Toby Davis in third, with Kilo fourth. 5th Jesper Torborg, 6th Tom Ely, an excellent result for him after qualifying in 22nd. Likewise for Levesque from 19th to 7th. 8th place place for Monroe. 9th and 10th to Butcher and Wiesenmüller. Next up will be race 2.